I've started the stream far too early. Everything is still loading up. And I'm here with the stream back up and running. Right, let's see if Football Manager works now. A few hours later. Yeah, it took, I mean, it spent ages cleaning up. I'm glad it cleaned up after itself, but I was sat at a blue screen saying cleaning up for a little while. But we have got the game loading back up again now, so fingers crossed we should be back to 2 streams in one day. Yeah, absolutely. I want this as a separate video, Chris. Should we do a new intro? I'm back. There you go. Re-intro. Beautiful. Right, let's hope the game is running properly now. After all that kerfuffle. Chris went to do grown-up stuff. Yeah, but he has to watch it all back. The joys of having to edit the streams. He has to watch it all. I've got an A+ on my management at the moment. That's nice. Right. Immediately seems a little bit more responsive to me pressing buttons, so I think we are fixed. I really would like to send a message out to Microsoft as well. Really appreciate that happening in the middle of a stream. Really, I strongly am in favour of just having updates randomly download themselves while I'm streaming. What the hell? I really hope that's just the game getting confused, because that's how much it's costing to build our new ground. If we've spent £17 million on youth facilities, that is a disaster. Hold on. Well, no, that is just the stadium loan. Okay. Oh, that worried me for a minute there. Yeah, it is just the stadium loan that was taken out at roughly the same time. Yikes. Ben's slating me and trying to steal all my viewers. And that's why he won't succeed. He was just nice to them. People might stick around. But no, he has to get grumpy. No one wants grumpy. How are we so far over our budget? How has that happened? I'm a little bit confused there. Right, so we still have below average youth facilities. Can we now ask for another upgrade? We've got loads of money in the bank still. So can we now ask for the facilities to go again? Now we've upgraded them once. Let's just keep throwing money at upgrading stuff. We've got a lot of catching up to do. Let's improve youth recruitment as well. We've not really spent anything on facilities throughout the save until this summer when the money came in for those 2 players. So our entire setup is a mess. So every opportunity we get, we need to throw money off the field setup, because we're on the verge of being a Premier League team. We are top of the championship, boys and girls. We're going to the Premier League. Right, so new youth facilities being worked on again. Should be done by March. That's going to be 650k. Another 750k on training. That will be done by April. Good. So that's both of them in place. My mouse button's not working now. I don't know what's going on. It's all going wrong here. Right, let's hope my space bar mapped to my mouse button is working. It is now working again. Excellent stuff. Does that immediate... He's drilling now. Brilliant. Does this immediately reflect? No, so it doesn't show what our new facilities will be yet. So we move into the new ground in just over a year and a half. And by then we want the facilities to be properly pushed up as well, which would be super duper. If we can get right to the Premier League this year, we will... I hope that drilling noise isn't going to be lasting for long. He's set up the cable all along the front of my house here. I think he's now drilling into their house next door so that they can have their cable put in. That's now 3 fibre to home cables down the one hole. But I like the fact I'm streaming while it's going on, because if it does go off, I'll know immediately and can be straight out there like, whoa, what's going on? Fix that. Luckily, I am still able to stream, so it's not broken yet. which is a good thing. Yeah, he's drilling next door. He's not drilling me. Right, can we win another football match, please? I love the fact we've got the 2 headbands up front as well. The 2 headbands and our record signing up as a front 3. It's a wonderful thing. That's why we're so good going forward now. If we do get promoted, I think priority number 1 for the summer has to be to bring Wooster back. As much as I love the cash man, it's not Jeffrey, I'm afraid, no. I mean, do you really think we'd have made it this deep into the stream if it had been Jeffrey and me not tell you it was Jeffrey? Come on now. Of course it's not Jeffrey. Should have asked him how Jeffrey is. You can probably hear me. If you can, stick your head in the window. Let me know how Jeffrey's getting on. Apparently not. Right. Let's do a football, boys and girls. Obviously, our random number generator has been reset. It's all gone wrong. Our good form is officially in the bin. Who knows what's going to happen from here. Birmingham are 23rd. This is obviously our big local derby as well. Our closest geographical club. I would like to beat them, please. At least they're our closest until we go back to Leamington. And I think Coventry become closest again. But while we're still in Solihull, this is our big local rivalry. I think we established Birmingham is slightly closer than Coventry to Solihull. Right, come on! Theodros to Edwards! No. Why I order? What are Swansea doing? Swansea have gone back ahead of us. They're 3-1 up away against Portsmouth, which is not ideal at all. At least the game is running nicely again now. We might not be winning, but at least it's running nice. It's not making me feel sick. Are we 1 notch too slow all of a sudden in game? I don't think so. This feels normal. It looks right. It probably feels a bit weird because it was so jerky before. I'm pretty sure this is the normal setting. It's a lovely ball from Theodros. Such an easy pass, but does it so well. Just a straight toe poke, perfectly weighted for Edwards to run onto. They're a very good partnership. Bearing in mind they're both support strikers. Neither of these two are supposed to be your out-and-out goal scorer. But as a front 3, those boys work very well together. We do need another goal, though, because Swansea have scored 4 to actually move back above us again on goal difference. I don't like the fact that we're managing to win a game but drop a place in the league because of it. We need to do more footballing. Come on, shoot. Shoot. Won't somebody shoot? Of course somebody will. Aaron Jarvis will shoot. 2-0. Glorious stuff. Does that put us back to the top of the league? I don't even know. Can't even work it out. It's all too complicated for me. This is some nice football. Lovely to see little Kev in there as well, who really is becoming a key part of this midfield. He's been here a while now, little Kev. Still only 22. I think he's going to be the next one who goes for big money, because he's having his breakout season at a higher level, which is nice. Right. It is... What's going on? 20 minutes to go. Substitutions. That's what's happening here. Right. Godwin is going to come off. And then we'll also freshen up the defence for these final 20 minutes or so. Yes, we are having a new stadium built. The Leamington Stadium. It's only a 13,000 capacity, but it does mean we'll be returning to Leamington. By the time we get there, we'd have been away from Leamington for 11 years. But we are finally returning to Leamington Spa. Hopefully in time for the Premier League. If we go up this year, we're going to have to do a season in the Premier League playing in Solihull, which I don't think Solihull's going to be big enough. So I don't know who we'd ground share with at that point. I would suggest Coventry would be the logical one. Theodros with a lovely little finish. 3-0 now. But I don't know if the game will change ground share when there's already a stadium being built. I don't know if that'll block the change. So part of me is a little bit afraid we'll get promoted this year and then the save will break. because our ground won't be suitable for the league, but it won't move us to a new one because it's already moving us. If that happens, I called it here. And I'll be very cross when it does happen. All right. Let's give Theodros a pat on the head. Sir Amari. And now we play Rotherham, who are rock bottom. And we just need to sling some goals past them as well. I don't mind being part of a breakaway group with Swansea. We don't need to win the league. We just need to get promoted. Although, for the story to save, it would be better to do it via the playoffs. But for my blood pressure, I'd much rather just go up automatically, please and thank you. Butts Park should be up to standard for the Prem, you would think, but it's not. We'd have to go to the Rico. Morgan, thank you for 17 months. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Le is available again. Should have had him for the Lee Derby. Share at Blues. Does that mean Birmingham? I mean, that's further away from Leamington than Coventry is, so Coventry would make more sense. The Rico's a nicer ground than St Andrews, and it's nearer to Leamington. And it's probably roughly the same size, isn't it? What's all this? A mystery consortium, eh? Oh, does this mean transfer embargo? Rumours of a potential board takeover. Well, that's going to be interesting. If this is our promotion season, we've already got the new stadium on the way. We're already doing the training ground and all that stuff in the background. If now is the time that we actually get a new owner, seems like an odd time for the owner to duck out. I guess he's just accepted that when he bought us, we were down in the National League North, and he didn't have to guarantee a particularly large overdraft. Whereas now, 5 million overdrawn, don't worry. It'll be fine. That's probably a little bit scary for a local businessman. You haven't missed the traffic and the weather. We haven't done the X. We've had all these shenanigans with the computer, shenanigans with the internet. And yeah, we haven't done the weather yet. The weather is nice. It's a nice, bright, pretty day out there. Traffic-wise, the Open Reach van's out there, so it is blocking the route in somewhat. How often do ground shares actually take place? What, in real life? Not very often, I would suggest. In FM, more often. But that's more to do with the fact that in FM, you're more likely to have a team that gets promoted 5 times in a row, which equally doesn't happen very often in real life. It happens proportionately far more often in FM, certainly in saves that we're a part of, because you tend to charge up the leagues, which doesn't happen very often in real life. How are we losing 2-0 at home to the team who are bottom of the league? Ugh. Restart the game and get a tycoon takeover. Well, it didn't say tycoon, it said consortium, so it's not going to be a tycoon takeover. Oh, this actually pushes us down to 3rd place. That's how tight things are at the top. It's like you have to win every game to be in with a chance at promotion. I don't like this at all. Norwich are winning as well. Leeds are certainly still in the mix. This league table is tight. Right, come on, chaps. Let's sort ourselves out. We're going to demand more here, I think. We've already gone attacking. Oh, that's lovely football from Edwards. It was deserving of a finish. That's why we need a proper out-and-out striker to play alongside Edwards or Theodros, because they're both so good at doing that. Imagine getting promoted to the Premier League and having a transfer embargo for the whole summer. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. It would set us up nice financially for the future, because we'd get relegated with all the money still intact and then have the parachute payments. And when we went back up for the second time, we'd be probably better off financially for having done it. Where does Sir Theodros, Sir Amari, where does he fit in the all-time favourite players? He's certainly up there. I think he's got to be closing in on top 5 at this point. If I think in terms of my all-time best 11, he's probably competing with Sir Enoch Nuhu for a starting spot at attacking midfield. But yeah, he's definitely up there. I don't think he's Nuhu level yet, but he's certainly been awesome. If he's still in the team on merit in the Premier League, there's probably an argument he's the all-time best player, because we signed him in the National League North as a 16-year-old from a non-juiced youth setup, because although we love the likes of Mick Powell, Harrison Davies, the home youth setup was always juiced to create those players, to create those stories. We always had boosted youth setup. So we'd start in tier 8, but with a youth setup good enough for like League 1. So we didn't like put the best youth setup in the world on there, but it was a better youth setup than we should have had at that level. Just so that we started with some players who would stay with us for a while, because it makes the story more interesting. So they always have a little bit of an asterisk next to them, because all of that lot were only there because of that specific team. Whereas Theodros, we signed him, which makes him special. And he was just in the game naturally. And we got him to a club that were at their natural level. So yeah, Theodros is pretty good. Right, I don't know if Anna's just heard the toot, because it was very quiet. She's probably still watching out the front on the camera. Very quiet toot. So that she knows Andy's home. We can grab an equaliser here. That would be super. This puts us... So Swansea have actually dropped out of the top 3. It's very tight at the top. I said I'd want to be in a breakaway with Swansea. I don't think that's going to happen. Norwich, top of the league now. Norwich, us, and Swansea all level on points. Then Bournemouth, Burnley, Leeds are still in the mix. Yeah, this is going to go right to the wire this season. It's going to be very tight at the top all year long. Is Slavy Spazov in my all-time best 11? No, not even close. He was good for a couple of seasons on loan. That is not befitting of an all-time great. Hello. Okay.
Had a good day. All right. Going back to bed. Okay, dinner soon.
Okay. It's not much of an update, is it? It's his day every day.
I made sure that Mum...
You are?
I made sure that Mum...
Good. Andy's just been inspecting the OpenReach guy, making sure he wasn't messing with our internet. He remembers how many times we had to get them out to get ours set up. But the fact you can still hear me speak means it's still going okay at the moment. I don't think Anna will quite stop panicking until he's gone and it's still working fine. I don't know where our wage bill concerns came from. I don't know how this has happened. We must have just done a couple of contract extensions for massive pay rises. So I don't see... Oh, is Ronnie Edwards getting closer to actually making his debut? That'd be nice. He must have a weakness now in the stomach region. How do you notice that? Where is it? It's in there somewhere, isn't it? Medical report. Is that what that means? Does that mean that's his current injury? Does that mean he must have a weakness in the abdominals? He's had 3 abdominal strains in the last 7 months. You're telling me that's not a recurring injury? No recurring injuries. Well, this one has recurred 3 times in 7 months in a 30-year-old. That suggests a weakness that's only going to be more of a problem as his career goes on from here. What do I know? I'm just the genius in charge. Right, Portsmouth. We're down in 8th place. We're top of the league again at the moment with a game in hand. Hooray! It could be contracts that have gone up on based on games played. I didn't think of that. Could be that. Either way, we've got ourselves into the situation where we probably need to sell somebody again in January. I'm not sure who the obvious one is. Godwin, maybe, who's becoming less essential. Oh, this looks dangerous. This is a goal. Right, should we do that cheesy thing that they taught me about on the network game? Well, when it lines up like that, if you then do a shout, it stops the goal going in. We might just make the highlight go away. Well, we've not made the highlight go away. And they nearly scored anyway. I don't really know how to do it. I think I probably left it too long. Right, Swansea are now back at the top of the league again. I think we just need to ignore the league table for a little while. We don't need to worry about it until like March. Ultimately, our goal this year is to avoid relegation again, and we're close to already achieving that. Shout didn't get through before the free kick was taken. Boo. I'm obviously not quick enough. This is why I've explained this to them. This is why I can't play FPS games. I'm not quick enough on the reactions these days. I'm an old man. I can't react quickly enough to cheese the game. Makes it all the more remarkable that I'm such an exceptional football manager talent. I can't do anything quickly because of my old man reaction times. Right, can we have a goal, please? I hate restarting the game. We were doing so well, and it's just an immediate nosedive now. And it is so frustrating. Ugh. Right. Come along, then. Have we not got anyone who can... Okay. Get Ed Webb onto the pitch. I'm mid-30s and FPS are gone for me. Yeah, you just reached that point. I used to be all right at them. The original Halo, original Gears of War, Battlefield, that kind of vintage, Team Fortress. And then this latest wave, the last 5 or 10 years, they're just all a bit beyond me. Come on, him. Yes. Restart again, re-roll the luck modifier. Well, hopefully, if we can pick up the win here, that'll be all we need. You just need to get the morale and the form rolling in the right direction again. Not usually one to watch streams, but just stop by to say how much I'm enjoying the Apollo and save on a rewatch. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it. Am I not great at Fortnite? I am not great at Fortnite. I've never won a game of Fortnite. I can't get my head around the whole building element of it. I understand the concept. There is no way I can build quickly enough in Fortnite. And my reactions aren't quick enough for the shooting. And yeah, I know you can do it without building now, can't you? But even then, my reaction speeds are just aren't going to be quick enough. I'm too old. It comes to us all. Your eyesight starts to go and your reactions start to slow, and you just realise you're much happier playing Football Manager or Mario or Civilization or something like that. You still love games, Pokemon. You still love games, but you have to play different ones. FIFA's another one that gets harder because you need the reaction times. Would I do another Build a Nation save? I never really did the first one properly, did I? Because I still don't think it works properly. Until we've got the proper dynamic youth rating, I don't think it really works. And as that apparently still doesn't work the way we would all like it to work, I don't think it's an option. The reason it didn't work with Apollon is because we just didn't get enough good Greek players. We signed all the top Greek players, and most of them weren't good enough to sit on our bench. So they're pretty difficult to do in a timely manner. If you can commit 40 or 50 seasons to them in an offline save, then yeah, they're great fun. But if you're trying to do it in 15 years on YouTube, it doesn't work still. Minecraft will be back soon. Probably, yeah. Yeah. I like playing Minecraft. I imagine we'll do some Minecraft. Minecraft and summer evenings just goes together perfectly in my mind. I don't know why. So I imagine there'll be some Minecraft again this summer. It won't interrupt with these streams because it'll be an evening thing. So when I'm playing Minecraft, if I stream it, it'll be streamed in the evenings with this carrying on in its normal daytime slots. Calapetus, that's a name I haven't heard for a long time. You could have sat me down and got me listing players I've managed for 5 hours and his name would not have come up. What a shock Ronnie Edwards just failed a fitness test again. That's so not like him. Still not made his debut. Come on, Ronnie. I think you'd be a very important part of this defence. We're playing 2 defensive midfielders at centre-back today because we're so light on players in that area. We need Ronnie. Come on, football. Jorge Hernandez. Now, he definitely would have come up. Jorge Hernandez was one of my favourites. Over 200 goals with like 4 for finishing. He proved everything I've ever said about Football Manager, and I love him for it. The amount of times I've been mocked over the years for signing strikers with low finishing, and then he was just a hero, despite not having any finishing. His finishing declined as we moved up the leagues, and he continued to rattle in goals. I think by the end of his time at Bourne, he had 2 for finishing, and had scored over 200 goals in 4 or 5 years. Brilliant. Proper game breaker. He was the player that made me realise the only thing that mattered were physical attributes. Get the physical attributes right, and the rest of it doesn't really matter. The match engine favours physicality above all else. Big, strong, quick. You've got all that. Doesn't matter if you can kick a football or not. You should pick Football Manager teams the way WWE recruit wrestlers. You just want the biggest, strongest, fittest ones. Vermonti and Banfalvi, best 2 players ever. Vladislav Lazarov would like a word. And Ruben Iribarren. Who was the home striker that partnered Juan Jose? Let's see, Sandro Veloso. He was great. Might be time to do an all-time best 11 again. I think there are a few players you might need adding to it. I think Hoyenhal has a good shout as goalkeeper. Schultz doesn't get near the all-time best 11 yet. There's too much competition for places in that position. You have to get past the likes of Nuhu and Theodros and Sana Jackie. Yeah, it's far too much competition. Tom sent me a list of names for the draft. He doesn't need to send me the list in advance. He just needs to draft a team of Toms. If he does that, I'll give him £100. Fender Silver's a good shout. Yeah. And then you've got the cult heroes like Mick Powell, Anthony Harris, Jair doing Jair things. But he wouldn't get in the team at right back because there was better right backs than him in that save. Dombrowski, I always remember being incredible in that save, but no right back gets in ahead of Lazaroff. Damien, original Damien, yes. Recent Damien, not so much, but original Damien was incredible. Who wins the showdown? Does it increase from 100? No. Not made of money. Dante Casanova, exactly. What a man. Yeah, Kryju was very good as well. We just had a lot of very good fullbacks. That was last year. Was it last year or the year before? We had a lot of good fullbacks on that save. Pingu's still my favourite name. Pingu was great. FM20 had Jair, Dombrowski and Kryju. Right. Come on, chaps. Let's not mess up from here. I've had Casanova and Bandera in my save this year at Chesterfield. They couldn't get into the team. That's hideous. How are we letting Sheffield United back into this game? Ugh. We were 2-0 up. I don't want to see your filthy replay. Where are this? This aren't even in the top half of the league. Oh, restarting the game. What a nightmare. Would Kubik been? I don't even know who Kubik is. I don't even remember him. So I doubt it. Remind me who he is. What save was he in? What did he do? Ryan Lawson. Ryan Lawson would be in, I think. I think Ryan Lawson and Harrison Davies are the centre-back partnership for the all-time best 11. Kubik, big lad from Fulham. You brought him for $500,000. Sold after you left PSG for $100 million. Wow. Don't remember him at all. Can we do a football, please, gentlemen? Please and thank you. A football would be appreciated. If we'd have had a centre-back in this game, we probably would have won it. But playing two midfielders as our centre-backs, not ideal when you're trying to get promoted to the Premier League. Probably need to sign a defender. The midfielder was Vermonti, the one we had everywhere. We had him Tottenham, Bayern, Barcelona, Manchester United, all in the same save. Took him everywhere with me. Built the tactic around Vermonti, and that is a lovely goal, by the way. A lovely goal, a very important goal. Yeah, Vermonti just travelled the world with me. Oh, if we can have one more, we could go top of the league again. We do still have a game in hand, though. Heath Crown. Now, I remember that name. I don't remember what save he's from, but the name sounds familiar. Norwich 5, Ipswich 2 with a player sent off for Ipswich. Looks like that would have been a fun afternoon out for a neutral. Probably even more fun for Norwich fans. Ipswich not having a great day, though. For my time, but Liam Wells used to get brought up a lot. He was excellent. Liam Wells, Ruben Iribarren, James Burgess. That's my Tottenham 3. Wells came through the youth team. Iribarren we signed. Burgess we signed as a striker, but turned him into a midfielder. He ended up playing in midfield as our captain when we won the Champions League, I think, with Iribarren and Wells up front. Mr. Tubes, thank you very much for 10 gifted subs. What a wonderful thing. That is very much appreciated. Thank you. I think the time is right to get your nuts out for Mr. Tubes, boys and girls. Pavlov, the man who hates scoring in an episode. Yeah, exactly. Not seeing anyone get their nuts out. A little bit worrying. Can we get your nut? Can we go get our nuts out, please? There we go. There's some nuts. Here they come. Nuts ahoy. Nuts akimbo. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Aside from Sir Omari Theodros, any other Leamington lads you think will enter my non-league to legend Hall of Fame? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And even Theodros, I don't think it's fair for him to be in the non-league to legend Hall of Fame. He didn't become great until Twitch. On YouTube, he was always a promising youngster, but he never actually made it into the first team properly. It was here on Twitch, in this Splinter save, Earth 2, that Theodros became a star. So even he, I don't think, makes it into a non-league to legend Hall of Fame. As you can see, pretty good. A pretty good career he's had. He's still having. He's got 5 years left in him yet. That boy plays for us in the Premier League. He might even play for us in the Champions League. I'll keep an eye on the time. We are doing all right at the moment. Obviously, we've got non-league to legend at 4 o'clock, so we need to make sure we are done in time for that. But we play Swansea after this game, so I really want to get to the Swansea game. So we're racing a little bit. Fish Show, thank you for 2 months. Tino Livramento, the man I discovered first. I did. He was still Valentino Livramento then, I believe, when I discovered him, when I invented him. Who was the midfielder in FM20 you signed and kept using that everyone hated? I don't know. People get some weird ideas. I know Connor Roberts, but I didn't sign him. He came through the youth team at home, and I think that was last year. People didn't seem to like him, and I always didn't really understand it. I thought he was good. Be amazing for Theodros to get a Champions League medal. I mean, he's got a job for life here. I'm never selling him or releasing him. He'll always have a new contract ready for him. So unless he gets annoyed and wants to leave, he always has a place here at Leamington. It's just whether we can win it quickly enough, I guess. But that would be a first for me, a player I've signed in Tier 6. Still, I mean, to be fair, a player I signed in Tier 6 still being in the team in Tier 2 is pretty unheard of. Maybe Micah Beereth. Maybe. Can't think of many more examples. Mick Powell I didn't sign. And Mick Powell was a reserve by the time we hit League Two. So he doesn't count. New to FM with FM22. Your YouTube has been super enjoyable and helpful to learn. Well, thank you very much and welcome along. Right, we are back top of the league again as it stands. I think we're just going to be bouncing around this area all season long. We'll probably finish this match 2 points clear of Swansea, then go and lose to them and drop back below them again. Some of the Luton team in real life have gone from mid-tier 5 to near the top of tier 2. I mean, it's impressive stuff. New gen who left and got brought back. So Anthony Harris did it the first time round with home. Rinamoto was the midfield everyone hated. Yeah, people sometimes I think he used to get hate for the same reason Pablo Fornals got it in the network game. The same reason I imagine Oliver Skip will in the network game. It's those boring players who don't look like they're doing very much. And everyone wants the fancy flair players in there, but you need the boring one in there just to keep everything ticking over. And that's what Rinamoto did. And it's what Fornals did. It's what someone like Godwin's doing in this team. He's nothing spectacular. His average rating's dross. But he just keeps things ticking over. I thought it was going to be him giving away the penalty there. Just I'm saying how great he is. That would have been upsetting. Come on, Cashman. Yuck, 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 yuck. We were winning this game a few minutes ago. Remember when we were top of the league? That was nice, wasn't it? Oh, Sir Omari with a big miss. We've been the better team in this game, and it's very upsetting to see us now trailing. The Cashman. Easy collect. Excellent distribution. My kind of goalkeeper. Oh, this has been a very disappointing first half. Have I decided the next long-term save? No, I'm not deciding today. We've talked about it a lot. We spent most of the afternoon talking about it, but no decisions are being made today. Just interested getting people's views on it. We don't need to make a decision until Nottingham's Legend actually ends. Which isn't going to be imminent. What's the options? They're on the community page of my YouTube channel. If you want to have a look through. Tommy Zoom, thank you very much for 8 months. I think someone set up a link on a command to take you to the page so you can have a look through. You can't really do it just by saying the name of the save or the name of the club. That doesn't give you the context. But you need to prepare the database. Well, I'll be preparing all three because a lot of the decision making is based on whether or not I can do what I want to do. Like, I need to know if I can add the right restrictions to Chelsea. I need to know if the French database works. So I need to kind of prep all three of them and then figure out which one works best. Oh. Stupid snotty nose still. It would be very exciting to do Schalke and have someone like Colin Schultz come through again. I just worry if Schalke would be too easy, even as a youth save, because we saw how good that youth intake was when I arrived at Schalke and non-Eater Legend. There was like 4 or 5 18-year-olds who were first team ready. Schultz was coming through behind them. We've seen they've had that other guy who I've just signed, who's just come through while they're in the second tier. It's just a conveyor belt of players. And that might just make things a little bit too easy. Right, this has not gone well today. I really don't like Reading at the moment. If Schalke bring through a non-German player, would that still count? I don't know. I'd have to decide on the rules. It would probably be homegrown. Perhaps we'd do homegrown only rather than German only to allow for that. That sounds good. If the database is right, no thoughts on an Italian safe. I don't really follow Italian football enough to have an idea for Italy at the moment. Whereas Schalke and Tor have both presented themselves to me in saves. Trouble would be the trigger happy board if you have a bad run of games. Yeah, but once you've got that first promotion, I think you get that under your belt. And I think that gives you a lot of equity to allow for a bad run of games in the Bundesliga then. You build up a lot of positive. So I think as long as you get promoted early, I think the big danger of Schalke is getting sacked in the first half a season. If you make it through to the end of the first season, that means you've got promoted. And if you get promoted, I think you're probably safe. I don't imagine I'd get sacked. We have been absolutely battered today by a team not even in the playoff positions. Football Manager's a weird game. It really is. They're going to grab number 6 here. Yuck. Just yuck. Yucky, yucky, yuck, yuck, yuck. We are still second in the championship, though, so I guess we'll remove one of those yucks. Turn it into a, ooh, yummy. We like to use the proper football terminology here. We don't want to dumb things down. We just speak the way footballers speak. If you don't like it, tough. That's how we do it. Right. Swansea at home, top of the table clash. This is going to be the last game of the stream because we've got Non-Need Legend coming out at 4 o'clock. I think if we win, we end the stream top of the league. That would be nice. I'd like to end the stream top of the league, please. We'll put Cashman on 45 minutes so Chapman can come on and replace him. If they're the two first choice, if they're the two main goalkeepers in the Australia squad, give them both a cap. If you complete non-league session before my holiday, do I bring out the new save while I'm away? No. Because that would be logistically a nightmare. Realistically, when non-league legend ends, the new save would start the following Monday. Because I'd need a couple of days to get stuff ready, like finalize the database, get the thumbnail ordered, get that first episode recorded, and they always take a little bit longer, a little bit more editing involved, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I can tell you right now, non-league legend doesn't end before I go on holiday, because the season that we're currently playing doesn't end before on holiday, because I haven't finished the season yet. I'm not very far ahead. I've got a busy week ahead of me. The season that you've just started, I have not yet finished. So, yeah. And that gets us through into the end of this week, start of next week-ish. I think I've recorded up to like Monday of next week, and I'm still playing this season that we're on. We'll take that for Hughes. He's not playing this season. So any kind of money for a player we sign for free is good. So at the earliest, it's going to end middle of next week while I'm away, which means the new save won't start until the week after. And that's if we win the Champions League this season. If we don't, it obviously gets another season until we do. Right, these boys who are after loans, I'm just going to get them out permanently and get some money in for them. We might as well. We don't need this bigger squad. Is this the longest non-neutralised I've done? I don't think so. I think there's one that's got over 200 episodes in the playlist. Whereas this one's only on about 160. It's certainly a lot longer than last year's. Last year's ended very, very early. But, yeah, this is probably, it feels like about the right length. And it probably, if it hadn't have been for the Germany story that developed mid-save, it probably would have ended at Real Madrid winning the Champions League, and it would have ended like a year and a half ago on about, what, 145, 150 episodes. So, feels about the right length. It is noticeable, once again, as soon as we won a Champions League, interest has dropped through the floor. So, as much as I figured I might get away with it this year because it's story, it just shows just how many people just don't care. And the moment the Champions League is won, views are like halved on Non-League to Legend since we've been at Dortmund. So, lesson for future that I need to keep reminding myself of. It really doesn't matter what the story is and what the reasons are behind the decisions or realism or anything. The moment a Champions League is won, there's a huge proportion of FM viewers who, the moment you win that Champions League, they are, right, I'm done. I only started when you joined Dortmund. That is cool. I like the fact there's still people jumping on. What's the end of this Leamington save? Champions League. All about winning the Champions League with Leamington. So we won't be leaving clubs. Obviously, if I get sacked, that will also be the end. So it's either Champions League or sack is how this one ends. Right, come on, boys. Let's have a win here. We want to finish the stream top of the league. That would be super duper. Oh, what a goal. Expecting P didn't win the Champions League. It was temporary, Kev. Yeah, but I did, didn't I? Champions League sacking or beating Schalke in the Bundesliga. How is that not put us top of the league? Oh, because of goal difference. Ugh, so we need to beat him like 4-0. We waited long enough for Rodgers to get sacked, so we had to see this story through. Oh yeah, I'm not suggesting I should have ended it where I did. I think for me, we needed this spell at Dortmund for the story to make sense. So I'm not against trying to educate people into how the saves can work, and we might bring a few people with us. I need to try and... I'll keep chipping away at it. I'm going to try and change this Champions League win means end of save narrative. Oh, Walsh is having a good game. Maybe we need to play Emmett Walsh a little bit more often. What was the reason for having to make a new manager? The game being broken. Right, one more goal. If we win 3-0, we go top of the league to end the episode. So that's now the goal. The goal is a goal. We want to score a goal because the goal is to get to the top of the league. We need a goal. Not a goal for them. Perhaps I wasn't clear enough. A goal for us. A Leamington goal. Please and thank you. I can't believe we've done a 3-hour stream and still haven't seen Ronnie Edwards in a Leamington shirt. I was so excited towards the end of the last stream when I signed him. To have still not seen him is just silly. Right, come on, boys. Let's have that goal that we just talked about. Remember when I said goal a lot? Need a goal. Right, substitution o'clock. We've got some tired legs out here. We have no one who can come on and play left back. Doig is broken. Right, Smith is going to have to play left back. There you go. That'll do. Do I think the views would have dropped the same amount if I'd won it at Norwich before I started at Madrid? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. Because I also, although to be fair, I think the other contributing factor is it was like a perfect storm for a viewership drop. My storyline kind of came to an end just as Ben started a new series and started doing consistent daily videos again for the first time in a little while with a brand new series that people are interested to see. And I think there is an argument that people will chop and change between us. There is a group of people who apparently have lives and jobs and families and can't watch 4 or 5 different Football Manager videos a day. So they'll pick the one they're most interested in. And I imagine there's a lot of people who are like, right, I'm satisfied with how Non-Neater Legend has ended. We've won the Champions League with Real Madrid. Ben's starting a new series. Might as well go watch that. So I think there's a bit of that as well. So I need to draw them back with whatever I do next. I'm in that group, unfortunately. Jack's the one that misses out at the moment. Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, people will move back around between us. It's fine. Luckily, there's plenty of views to go around. I think that puts us top of the league. It does, and I love the fact it's Sir Amari Theodros who puts us top of the league. Oh, that's a terrible pass, though. We need to not concede now, because, of course, that takes us back off the top of the league if we do. I just watch you because you're a good guy. Thank you very much. Very kind of you to say. Thank goodness you don't know the real me. Oh, shouldn't say things like that. I am a monster. I'm not. I'm great. I really am great. Look at me. I'm great. I mean, what a way to go top of the league, thumping the team who were top at the start of the day. I think Kelson we signed from Swansea. That would have been a nice moment for him to smash it into the top corner from miles out, send a message. We certainly signed him from some Welsh club. I think it was them. Oh dear, Cashman. Forget, I mean, lovely command of his area. I was terrified to see how far out he was. As a Schalke fan, this Non-Neater Legend has made me very sad. Oh, yeah. At least I bought lots of Schalke stuff. Schalke made more money out of me than anyone other than Real Madrid. And Real Madrid, it's just because their prices are so obscene. But I bought more Schalke gear than Dortmund gear. That should be a slight silver lining for you. Emmett Walsh just turns up in the really big games, doesn't he? I mean, he got his hat-trick against Manchester United last year. He's been excellent in this match. But so many games, he doesn't do anything. And then he turns up in the really big matches. He just thrives on the big occasion. We've just beaten top of the table Swansea 4-0 after being thumped 5-1, was it, by Reading in the previous match? What's the rarest piece of merch I've bought based on an FM save? Oh, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really understand football shirts. I own dozens of them now because of this, but I don't really know if any of them are particularly rare. I need Ellis to come and audit my collection. There you go, Ellis. There's a video idea for you. But for now, we do have to wrap things up because I've just realised how close we are to 4 o'clock. So all being well, should be back tomorrow afternoon to stream again. We're going to try and get a full week of streaming in this week because I'm not going to be streaming at all next week. So we'll be back tomorrow afternoon and we'll be starting the stream top of the championship, looking to push on towards the Premier League. Non-Neater Legend is out in 2 minutes. So go and have a tinkle, then head over to YouTube and watch that. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Toodle pip.